So what do you mean by grouping of the test cases? When I say grouping, as in like, what do you mean by that? So let's say there is a scenario wherein I am having 100 of test cases in my test class, and I want to run couple of the test cases from those from that set of 100 cases. And let's say those test cases belong to my sanity test, right? So I cannot execute all 100 test cases because I mean it is not required for the sanity test. Sanity test just has only 20-30 test cases of those 100 cases. So how can I do that? Right, so we can create the groups in TestNG XML, and whatever the group you specify in this XML file, the test cases which actually has that group in the test case, right? So only those test cases will be executed, right? So that is the advantage of grouping the test cases, right? So let's see, I will directly go to this Eclipse, and then let's see, I am having this class verify title, and in this class I am having couple of test cases. So let's remove this before test and all. Let me keep everything as a @test. So before class, after class, before method, Facebook, after method, after test. Let me add couple of more test cases here. What changes I have to do, guys, in the test? Can someone tell me?
Pardon again.
What changes I have to do in this test? HDFC title verify.
You have to give the correct URL first.
And then title
And
also.
then title also, yeah.
And how do I get the title?
Driver.get title.
Okay, in the web page, how do I get that? Go to
Inspect the element.
view page source, right?
Yeah, view page source.
And then title here, right? So title will give. Okay, so this is for HDFC, and let's say for American Express. And this is for Bank of America. Okay, so likewise, I am having 7 test cases in my file in my test class, which are pure test cases, and 2 test cases are to instantiate your uh, Chrome driver and tearing down, closing your driver, right? So two test cases are for this purpose, and remaining 7 test cases are your functional test cases. Right now, there is a requirement that out of these 7 test cases, I need to execute only 2 or 3 test cases for my sanity, and some of the test cases are common, as in like I need to execute them in sanity or regression, and a couple of the test cases I need to execute for regression. So likewise, I am having that scenario. So how do I do that? Using groups, right? So for that, we have a group method in your TestNG. So uh, beside your @test annotation, you will have to specify groups in the brackets. So groups as in groups equal to, and in curly braces, you will have to specify that what is your group name. This is sanity, and then comma regression. So as of now, I'm taking 2 groups, right? So I can have more groups also, and then comma, and along with this, I can specify the priority also. So let's take the name. Let's take the priority as of now, so that it would be more appropriate. So why this error? Okay, the bracket is curly brace, right? Okay. So likewise, I can specify the group here. So let me copy this with all the test cases. So Tara, what will happen if I give the priority to 1 to all the test cases? Which test case will you pick first?
Based on the test case name, since every priority is 1, it will now verify the method name, I mean the alphabet.
Alphabets, right? So priority will not matter here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see my priority for driver instantiation, my priority is 1, and for closing the for tear down, the priority is last, that is 9, right? And the remaining test case I am keeping in some other order. Let's say for this is 2, this is 5, this is 3, this is 6, 8, 7. How many methods we have? 9, 7, 8, 9, 7, 6, 5. Fourth one is not there. Okay, let it be. So likewise, I am changing the priority, right? And I am randomly changing the groups also. So this sanity and regression, I mean this driver instantiation and then quitting the driver should be executed in both sanity and regression. But let's say Facebook, I want to execute only in the regression, and ICICI title verify, I want to execute only for sanity. And then let's say BOFA also I want only for sanity. And then Amex, let's say I am looking for executing this in both, and this regression, and this also regression. Okay, so likewise, I have done some differentiation on the basis of the criteria we have. So couple of the test cases are only specific to regression, and couple of the test cases only specific to sanity, and some of the test cases are common, which is to be executed in both sanity and regression, right? So likewise, I have segregated that. Now to run the specific group test cases, I will have to go to my TestNG class, TestNG XML class, XML file. So we have seen, right? So how do you create your basic XML file, right? So I will have to have suite tag, test tag, classes, class tag, right? So all should have opening and closing tags, right? So if I need to include the groups there, what changes I will have to do in that XML file? I will have to add the group name also, right? So how will I do that, guys? Any idea where I can put that group?
Inside the class name.
Inside the class name? No. So there are some changes. Basically, what all tags we use for creating a basic XML file? Tags in XML file for executing multiple test cases. So we have suite, we have test, classes, and then class, right? And then closing, all the closing tags for them. For what all tags are required in XML file for executing group test cases? So we have suite at the top, then we have test, then we will use groups tag. In groups tag we will use run and then include. Okay, and then classes, and finally class. Okay, so now let's go to your XML file and then do these changes here. So test, after test we have to specify group. So after test, groups, and then group will come after classes, and then in groups I will specify run, then in this include name equal to group name, let's say sanity. This time I'm looking to execute only sanity, and closing tag here, and run we have to close here. Okay, so we have included the sanity test case here. So only the test case which is related to sanity will be executed in this, through this XML. Disha, Sitara, getting it? Naresh?
Understood.
Yeah. So
Yes.
sanity within double quotes, and then yeah, here close this. And if I run the test cases now, I will be able to see only the test cases running which has the sanity associated with the test cases. Why it is taking time?
In XML, sanity is maybe capital. That will be the difference.
1 second, Naresh. Why it is failed? Which one is failed? Okay, Naresh, what was your question? So in XML we have kept sanity tag. So all the test cases which has the sanity, only those will be picked for execution. So what all test cases we have? The driver instantiation test, then we have Amex, WOFA, ICICI, and then tear down. So we have 5 cases, right? So 5 cases would have picked Amex, WOFA, ICICI, and then driver.quit. And what issue this is given? Where is the report? TestNG report. So ICICI got failed. Timed out receiving message from renderer. Okay. So it took more time. So that is the reason it got failed. Okay. So might be we need to increase the page load time of from here. So let's give 30 seconds this time. Okay, now if I need to execute the test cases which are related to only regression, then I will have to do just this change here. So all the test cases which are related to this regression tag would be executed. Right. So this time all the test cases which has the regression would be executed. Yeah, so this time also one is failed. Which one is getting failed and why? Okay, title not matched. HDFC. Found false. Yes, Disha. Yes, Dara, it is case sensitive. So whatever the name you are having here, the same name should be there in your TestNG XML file. If I change it, it won't run. So if I change it to capital R, it won't run. So it will say that no test cases are found. As in like there are no cases matching this. Okay. So title, there is some issue with the title, I guess, of the HDFC. Still not sure why it is failing. The title what we are picking is correct only. Okay, and this time if I need to run the all test cases which has both the tags, then I will have to specify both regression and sanity. So it will pick the test cases which has regression tag, it will pick the test case which has sanity tag, and it will pick the test cases which has both the tags. Okay, so likewise I can, okay, so there were I will have to remove this, right? So this class I will have to remove from here. Okay, and run as TestNG suite.
Sanity is spelling is not.
Oh, run as TestNG suite. Okay, two failed, not sure. Timed out receiving message from renter, timeout receiving message from renter. So there is some timeout which is happening. That is the reason it is failing. So HDFC title verify, ICC title verify. Both are failing. Okay. So the concept you understood, right? How this grouping works.